I think most of the people are available now. So let us continue. Basically, what we are doing over here and what we are focusing over here. Okay, so basically, we are going to learn, as everybody knows, this batch is basically created and will be served for Power BI services, understanding those details and understanding how Power BI can make an advantageous part. Okay, so now for people who are, let's say, very new, okay, let me give you a simple, let's say, okay, just give me, just provide you how this Power BI works in industry wise. Okay, because you must be thinking over there and how we are going to evolve and how we are going to understand that in industry that particular tool is being used and in which way, isn't it? So let me just provide you with the details, and that would be, let me color it with the different. Okay, let me showcase you over here. Okay. Now, what exactly Power BI is? Okay, for example, let's say there is sources, different type of sources are there. Basically, in um, real life scenario basis, you must have already heard that there are two type of sources we are always talking about, and that source is first primary, and second is secondary source. Now, any primary source which has been, let's say, created by you or where you were not, or any secondary source from where or by any means the industry or that particular, let's say, company, industry that client has provided with you, okay, will be considered as your data. It will be stored in somewhere, isn't it? It will be surely be stored in somewhere, let's say database or somewhere in this. It might be like this one, database. It can be in flat file format also in this way. Okay. Now, if it is in a database, it may be of SQL format and .SQL format. Okay, it is like this. Or if it's in flat format, it would be, let's say, in Excel SX format, or it could be of a CSV format. Obviously, we already know that. In any ways, both of this, in any ways, if you check over those both data methodology, let's say data structure. Okay, if you talk about structure of this data, structure of a data, it is obviously going to be a tabular format. Tabular format means it will have columns and rows, isn't it? It would be presented in this way. In SQL also, and in flat file storage format also, or anywhere you go, it will always be somewhat in structure format also. If you take an example of any CRM format, it will be in structure format only. If you take any details which are, even if you take, let's say, .html format, okay, when you convert it into, let's say, whatever device or whatever input, let's say, to get a form which need to be filled by a customer, it could be Google form, it could be any form, even if it's in semi-structured, when you save it in some, let's say, particular file or somewhere, it is always converted into structured data, isn't it? Row or table format mein hota hai. Once it is done, further what is to be done? Okay, once it is done, further, the next steps over here is to extract. To extract this type of a format, this type of files which are available, okay, this type of file which is available, it need to extract in one tool, in one of a tool, which will help you to analyze the data. Because see, even if this data, even if your format is available in this format, let's say tabular format mein yahan pe hai, which is consisting of, let's say, x1, x2, x3, xn, okay, up to n number of columns could be there, and n number of rows could be there. Even if this data is present in this tabular format, we cannot see or we cannot extract, because see, it's not about only 100 records. Okay, it's not about only 100 records. It may get up to 10 times of this value. It may get up to 50 times of this value. It may also get up to 100 times of this value. isn't it? It can be there. So what happens is that this record, if it's small, we can visualize and we can see over here by itself. But if the data is, let's say, belonging to a very large number of records and also with very large number of columns, the data and the intensity, the complexity of the data with its insights and information get complex. It is complex. To get these details, to extract that information, we need some kind of, let's say, information basis. And let's say to get this extract or to extract this information, we need to get information from each column or from multiple columns. In this way, you must understand that univariate, bivariate, and multivariate. Okay, now what this means? Now, as I said, when you have x1, x2, x3, xn, that will be a number of columns, isn't it? In that sense, whenever you are going to analyze or whenever you're going to do analysis on single column, whenever you're going to work on single column, now you must be saying, huh, is it possible? How can we do analysis on single column? Let me give an example for that. Whenever you're going to work on single column, whenever you are going to analyze only one column, it is called univariate. Okay, it is called univariate. Now, how it has been done? For example, let's say age column. Whenever we are doing and whenever we are analyzing age column, age may vary from, let's say, 1 year of its birth to, let's say, 100 year. Again, who knows? Whom one may cross 110, 105 or something, but it's very rare. So I will not be going over there. Even 80, crossing that 80 age is it's let's say an extreme value. Okay, so 100 is most value that is available. So let's say 1 to 100, and within that there could be n number of numbers, and it can be duplicate as a duplicate. It can be repetitively available. Okay, so what happens is that if we need to analysis only this age column can be, let's say, analyzed using different summarizing method, let's say summarizing factors, or let's say summarizing functions. For example, sum. Now, doing sum of this value, adding all the values and doing sum will not give me that much of information. But one method is there. Again, count. Count will surely give me how many number of data do I have. Obviously, that is useful. Again, unique count, unique value count. Okay, unique value count means how many unique numbers are there. Useful. Average age, that is useful. Median age, that is useful. Now see over here, whatever count I am taking over here is only based on one column only. Now what is use of this? I can categorize this data in different means. Okay, means I can say, let's say infants, let's say teenage, adult, senior citizens, and so on. In this way, what I can do, I can categorize n number of categories from this data, and I can focus. If I have to sell, let's say, a product, I can focus which particular category or which particular segment is buying my product more and more, isn't it? So it is only and only one column where I'm focusing. I haven't used any other columns, though I can use one column to analyze or to get the information from that particular column. That method is called univariate, when only one column is involved in your analysis. Is it the only option that you have? No, it's not like that. Again, if there is something missing in this data, for example, missing values, obviously, while imputation or doing some, let's say, fulfilling that missing value, we always consider one column. For example, max value, we will calculate minimum value from one column only. So whenever you are analyzing one column, remember that is called univariate analysis. It is called univariate. If you are comparing, let's say, age and salary, when there are two columns involved simultaneously side by side, or let's say if you're using two columns to analysis at once, so it will call bivariate. Again, if at once you are analyzing more than two, it is called as multivariate. Okay, for example, scatter plot. That means in that you will have x-axis, you'll have y-axis, And in this way, what you can put like this. Let's say there could be different colors that you might approach like this. You'll be having like this. And let's say the other data color I'll choose would be, just a second. So I'll be using, okay, for now I'll use blue color. Let's put it over here. Now what exactly we are going to extract this details over here. So if you can see over here, the pink color, what you can see is, let's say if I draw a line, it would be like this. Okay, I'll draw in that same color. It is moving in this trend. And if you look over blue color, it is moving in this trend, in this direction, isn't it? So over here, what we are doing, we are comparing that if there's an X input with respect to Y input, we can see that if you're considering blue line, or let's say blue data, it says it's an inverse relation. If you're looking over pink, it is saying it is direct proportional. But if I add Z, if I add Z category over here, let's say if I add Z, call let's say Z axis like this, it would be in this direction, Z. What would happen? You will add one more axis where this Z will work as its third. Let's say if you can here. Now when I add Z, what I'm doing over here, I am finding out X and Y relationship based on what? Based on Z. Earlier, how it was? Hello?
X is Y.
नहीं मैं अभी मैच इसमें हूँ सेशन पर में हूँ 11 ओके सो ओवर हियर अभी हम क्या कर रहे हैं x और y के बीच में हम क्या कर रहे हैं अभी तक हमने क्या कहता है सिर्फ रिलेशनशिप वी आर जस्ट फाइंडिंग आउट हाउ रिलेशनशिप इज बिटवीन x एंड y बट नाउ x एंड y रिलेशनशिप के बीच में क्या है बेस्ड ऑन z ओके ये हम फाइंड आउट करें जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल पकड़ लो यहाँ पे एज और सैलरी ये क्या है आपका x और y बट जब एक पार्ट वहां पे आता है रोल वाइज अब रोल क्या है बेस्ड ऑन रोल आप कौन से रोल के लिए वर्क कर रहे हैं फिर कौन से आप लेट्स से डिपार्टमेंट में हो कौन से पर्टिकुलर एक डोमेन में हो उसके हिसाब से आपका सैलरी ऑब्वियसली चेंज होता है तो क्या होता है यहाँ पे रोल वाइज आपकी यहाँ पे कंपैरिजन होती है दैट इज व्हाट जेड विल कमिंग पार्ट if you're adding more and more this multivariate will go on complexity it will increase the complexity now in this way remember that in industry or in anywhere, we'll be working on univariate also, we'll be working on bivariate also, we'll be working on multivariate also. This is how it pictures. Now, if line chart is there, there would be column chart like this. There would be, let's say, I'll just cut it as a pie chart. Pie chart over here, which will have like this, some partition over there. Okay, and then who knows, we may have a funnel chart also like this. Basically what I'm telling, there could be different charts to visualize. Okay, like this. Now, in this way, we are going to analyze the data in univariate manner, bivariate manner, multivariate manner. Understanding that we need to extract information from this data, particular data, to understand what is this data showing to me. Now, what type of different analysis are being done? Analysis like customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction based on what? Based on let's say any product, how much they are satisfied, and this would be given by ratings, review, feedback, and number of features would be there where you'll be understanding how customer is satisfied. Okay, now financial aspect. If in financial and specifically if you're talking about banking roles, banking में basically क्या है? Loan defaulter or not, if you have taken loan defaulter or no defaulter. Okay, like that. Again, if you are let's say if you are having let's say services based सर्विस इंडस्ट्री में भी स्पेसिफिकली अगर आप बोलोगे कि चलो इफ आई हैविंग लेट्स से समव्हाट लेट्स से टैक्सी सर्विस में क्या है, यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ व्हीकल, यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ व्हीकल। ओके, जहां पे क्या है, मतलब एक पॉइंट से दूसरे पॉइंट में जाने के लिए सबसे बेस्ट रूट क्या रहेगा, सबसे बेस्ट अमाउंट क्या रहेगा, उसके बाद में उस पॉइंट से, ओके, इफ दैट पर्सन इज नियर वन, ओके, अगर एक कस्टमर या फिर उनका क्लाइंट अगर पास में हो जाता है, नया बुकिंग आता है, तो विच should I use this particular vehicle only or should I wait for let's say the other vehicle which is nearby? Okay, तो कौन सा टाइम बेटर रहेगा, कौन सा मेथोडोलॉजी रहेगा, ओके, दैट अंडरस्टैंडिंग, डेप्थ नॉलेज ऑफ दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड, सर्विसेज में आएगा। मेडिकल में देखोगे, मेडिकल या फिर फार्मेसी में, अगेन मेडिकल में एक छोटा सा टर्म देखोगे तो वहां पे आता है इन्वेंट्री मैनेजमेंट। ये सभी जगह होता है, ऐसे नहीं कि पे, बट इन्वेंट्री मैनेजमेंट, अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट मेडिसिन आर रिक्वायर्ड ऑन फ्रीक्वेंट बेसिस, क्या मुझे बाय करना चाहिए, शुड आई बी कीपिंग दैट, और बेसिकली सीजनल वाइज मुझे रखना चाहिए, बिकॉज अगेन सीजन वाइज भी डिजीजेस होते हैं। ओके, जैसे फ्रूट्स का सीजन होता है वैसे हर जगह पे डिजीज का भी सीजन होता है, इन दैट बेसिस। तो क्या हम वहां पे कुछ सीजन वाइज पैटर्न फाइंड आउट करके हम इन्वेंटरी को मेंटेन कर सकते हैं क्या? यस, वहां भी कर सकते हो। अगेन जैसे अभी वॉलमार्ट है, मेगा मार्ट है, कहीं भी आप जाओ मार्ट्स में, वॉलमार्ट्स वगैरह मार्ट्स में जाओ, वहां पे भी यूज किया जाता है, अगेन फॉर इन्वेंटरी मैनेजमेंट ओनली। सिर्फ दुकान भर, सिर्फ आपका मतलब मटेरियल इन्वेंटरी मैनेजमेंट करने के लिए नहीं, इट ऑल्सो हेल्प्स टू गेट डिटेल्स फ्रॉम लॉजिस्टिक वे, लॉजिस्टिक को मेंटेन करने के लिए भी जरूरी होता है। ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल इट्स कि कोई एक ए प्रोडक्ट है जो अभी खत्म हो चुका है ना, अब उसके लिए अगर आपके पास कस्टमर्स आ रहे हैं और आपको कंटिन्यू पूछ रहे हैं कि व्हेन दिस प्रोडक्ट विल बी कमिंग बैक, वी नीड दिस, वी आर वी आर रिक्वायरिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट, बट सिंस यू आर नॉट हैविंग प्रॉपर इन्वेंटरी मैनेजमेंट, क्या हुआ, आपको प्रोडक्ट ये जब आपने ऑर्डर दिया उसके बाद में एक मंथ उसे लगे कम से कम, क्योंकि आपका जो रिक्वायरमेंट है उसे फुलफिल करने के लिए इट विल टेक अराउंड 1 मंथ। क्या आपको लगता है 1 मंथ के लिए कस्टमर रहेगा रेडी? वो कहीं और से लेगा, परचेस करेगा, उससे क्या होगा, आपका कस्टमर का जो कनेक्शन होता है, कस्टमर का जो भरोसा है वो टूटेगा। और टूटेगा तो छोड़ दो, आपने क्या किया है, आपने खुद ही उन्हें क्या किया है, दूसरे जगह से सामान लेने के लिए उनको फोर्स किया है, उनको दूसरा ऑप्शन आपने क्रिएट किया है, बिकॉज यू क्रिएटेड द नीड बट यू आर नॉट एबल टू फुलफिल दैट, सो दे हैव मूव्ड अदर फॉर द अदर ऑप्शंस। ओके, ये सब चीज हमें ध्यान रखना पड़ता है। सो इस तरह से एन नंबर ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज, एन नंबर ऑफ ऑप्शंस होते हैं, ये चीजें हम एनालिसिस करते हैं हमारे पावर बीआई के थ्रू। ओके, सो बेसिकली क्या है, डेटा के ऊपर में एनालिसिस करना। नाउ वी डू वर्क ऑन हिस्टोरिकल डेटा, हिस्टोरिकल डेटा पे हम काम करते हैं। हिस्टोरिकल डेटा पे क्या करते हैं हम, वी डू डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग, वी डू डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग, दैट इज व्हाट वी डू ऑन हिस्टोरिकल डेटा, बिकॉज जो हिस्टोरिकल डेटा है वो हो चुका है, देयर इज नथिंग वी कैन डू। ओके, दैट इज बीन डन, दैट इज बीन स्टोर्ड, हमें क्या करना है, सिर्फ उसको डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग करके उसमें से क्या है, एटमोस्ट इंफॉर्मेशन और इनसाइट हमें निकालना होता है, दैट इज आवर ऑब्जेक्टिव। ओके, अब उसके लिए क्या है, जो हमने स्टेप्स है, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट स्टेप जो मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी बताया कि हमें स्टेप्स वहां पे सब चेक करना होता है कि इज दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रॉब्लम ओवर देयर, अगर है तो क्या उसका लेट्स से उस पे क्या हमें रिजल्ट लेना, उस पे क्या हमें उसका रिट्रीवल लेना है। ओके, ऑल दोस विल बी देयर, ये सब चीजें हमें वहां पे देखना पड़ता है। सो दिस इज हाउ बीआई वर्क्स, एंड ऑब्वियसली आपके इनसाइट के थ्रू क्या होता है, आपको किसी भी कंपनी को डिसीजन निकालने के लिए, डिसीजन देने के लिए आप हेल्प कर रहे होते हो। ओके, दैट्स पर्टिकुलरली व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू हियर। So let me just delete this unwanted. Okay, let's keep it if required by. तो अभी हम पहले क्या करते हैं, समझते हैं कि पावर बीआई है क्या। I'm trying to join. I don't know, she might be there. Here we go. Now you should understand the difference between power. Okay, we'll go through one by one. Now first understand what Power BI is. Power BI is nothing but a Microsoft Power BI इट्स अ माइक्रोसॉफ्ट प्रोडक्ट। ऑब्वियसली कोई भी माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का प्रोडक्ट है तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, नाम इसलिए दिया जाता है ताकि आपको ऐसे क्वेश्चन ना लगे, अरे यार क्या ये रिलायबल प्रोडक्ट है क्या। सिंस इट्स अ माइक्रोसॉफ्ट प्रोडक्ट सो एवरीवन कैन रिलाई ऑन दैट। ओके, बेसिकली क्या है, ये इंटरैक्टिव डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन के लिए हेल्प करता है ना। इंटरैक्टिव मतलब क्या, फॉर एग्जांपल मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ, ओके पावर बीआई में आता हूँ, आपको मैं दिखाता हूँ किस तरह से दिखता है। लेट मी इंट्रोड्यूस दैट आल्सो।